Okay, welcome back to Shaving Down Under. It's a Monday, and today I'm looking around like I'm lost. We're going to shave with some new blades, some new old stock. These guys, Perma-Sharp triple life blades. You get 5 for 6, whatever that was, in old Aussie money. There'll be someone out there who can correct me. Stainless steel blades. It says on the back here, Perma-Sharp, Mentone, Victoria. Mentone would be a suburb, and Victoria, state of Australia. So I picked these up at eBay a while back. So that's what the tuck looks like. Nothing special really with the advertising on it. So we'll go on with the usual suspect. And let's just see if we can looks like it's easy to pull the cardboard out. It's just springy. Here we go. So it's just plain wrapping. So I'll put that back in. No, there's more advertising on the blade. Alright, so this blade's got a bit of corrosion on it, so we might just pick out another one there. You can see it. This one's much better. I think the one underneath has got a bit of corrosion that's come through the packaging as well. The edge looks all right. Let's load her up. And you can see there, a bit of corrosion. So this one, the cellophane around it was broken. That's why I grabbed it out of the box. So maybe that had something to do with it. And maybe not. Okay, back in it goes. Put that one aside. We'll dispose of that thoughtfully. So what we're going to shave with today is Darwin Shavings Bay Rum soap in the coconut. And their aftershave splash, and also going with the Darwin Shaves Mr. Darcy brush, which is a crack of a brush. Okay, I'll get ready and be back in a sec. Alright, so nice lather. See you in the bowl. Let's do this, people. Now this one soap is currently sold out. I'm sure it'll be back on the market soon. Now, this is a tallow soap, but what makes it a bit different is it's actually duck tallow. Apparently Thomas got the idea with the name Drake, which is also what you call a male duck. So he thought he'd try with making a soap with duck tallow. So I've used it before. It's excellent soap. But I've never used the Perma-Sharp blade. Quick reminder before we go in. So these could be made in Australia. So the quality could be all over the shop. But so far so good. As I always say, the first pass is the easiest. And if your blade's struggling on the first downward pass, get rid of them. Or it's just become too blunt. Time to change over. So I finally got my Friday video out on Sunday night. And the reason for the delay was I went away for the weekend down to a shack down the southeast of South Australia, a town called Kingston. And I have done a shave on the beach down there before. And this time I decided not to. It was just a bit too rushed. But the plan was to mix the video while I was down at the shack. So I did the video in the morning, and then I took everything, my laptop, the whole work, the whole kit and caboodle. And it ended up we had no coverage, no Wi-Fi, no phone. The odd call or message would slip through, but I think you could receive stuff, but you just couldn't put out. So we were sort of off grid. And where we were living, there was tons of, heaps of houses around us. But the only way we could get coverage was when we went into the town for dinner at the pub or to one of the cafes or bakeries for breakfast, where they had Wi-Fi, coverage. So that was the reason why the video came out late. Pretty poor, really, in this day and age. Places around Australia. And Kingston, like, it's slowly populated in the off-season. But during summer, the population there just swells because there's so many holiday houses and shacks. And that was the other strange thing. All these houses everywhere and shacks, hardly any people. It was absolutely quiet. Where we were staying, there was just barely any cars. So it's not the nicest beach in Australia. Gets a lot of seaweed washed up on it. So I did go for a couple of walks. One on the Saturday and then one on the Sunday before I come home. So I took a few photographs of weird stuff that's just been washed up on the beach, like weird critters and different coloured seaweed and even some coral. That was bizarre. Dead seal. That was probably the biggest surprise. Poor bastard. Was obviously crook and he's got himself up on the beach and then just died up there by the looks. He probably hadn't been dead too long. Maybe a couple of days. So I took photos, took some video footage, so I'll turn that into a non-shave video, so if you're interested. You can check out a place of Australia that's not really high on people's travel plans. Maybe just South Australians and Victorians looking for a bit of a day drive, long day trip or a weekend away. It's not a bad blade. So I scored these blades real cheap. I can't remember the actual price now because it was a while ago, but I reckon I got the whole box for 25 Aussie dollars. I was going to put a bit in and then that's right, make an offer. And I thought, oh, this has still got 6 days to go. And then a bit later on, I come back to it and I realised that wasn't 6 days to go. It was actually 6 hours. There was only not much longer left to go in the auction. So I just put on a bid and won at the minimum bid. I was quite surprised. So it's hard to tell where these blades were made, whether they were made in Australia, whether the cardboard box was what was made in Australia. Maybe someone out there watching will know more about it. Pardon me, I think Gillette back in the day were printing their cardboard boxes here in Australia and then either sending the blades and everything out, or the Australians were sending all the cardboard to America. Yeah, if you've got any, pardon me, any boxes for blades and stuff of old Gillette Blues, check on the back. Have a look where it was printed. And well, I can't complain about anything about this blade. It's there's just one very small nick down here and the rest is good. Like, I judge it, if I don't get nicks around my mouth, then for me personally, I'm on a good blade. And right now, early ratings, I'm putting this up here with my vintage Schick Kronas. Quite surprised, to be honest with you. See what the next couple of shaves produce during the week. Triple life, whatever that means. We'll soon find out. Hopefully the blade doesn't corrode away. See, now it's just a bit wet. It's pretty interesting. There was more advertising on the blade than... Oh, hang on. Made in Scotland. Do this side. Carefully handle this blade. So down the bottom there, if we can get it to, hard to tell, I don't have my glasses on, but down the bottom it says made in Scotland. Let's put it away in a little prison cell to dry off. So, we've answered that question. Blade made in Scotland, just the cardboard box made in Australia. This stuff's really cool. As I said, it's sold out. I'll leave links, comes back online, get it. Duck fat, does a really good job. Really good job. While you're there, have a look at these Mr. Darcy brushes if you're so inclined and you want a big fat badger with a one-of-a-kind handle on it. because once they're sold out, there's no more. That's it. It's about a dozen or so left, maybe a little more, 14. All right, so it is bay rum. When you, if you do decide to get a splash with the soap, you get a choice of bottles that you can have. Comes with a cork that you put into it after you break the wax seal. It's a different bay rum. This one's got, to me, quite a smoky finish to it. But it dries off nice. Yeah, it's not your traditional bay rum. Anyway, it's nice. I like it. Okay, peeps. Well, as you can see, very impressed with the blade. We'll see how it goes during the week. So it is a vintage Scottish Perma-Sharp, which I do have Scottish Perma-Sharps as well. I actually don't think that Perma-Sharp that I've got actually worked. It was a good blade, but I reckon this might have been a tad better. So very interesting stuff. Okay, people, I got to get going, get myself organised, get dressed, go to work. And I will catch up with you later in the week. There's unboxing on Wednesday, and that huge box that's coming from America, that's still coming. That spent a full month just sitting in the States, doing nothing, untracked, and then boom, out of the blue, oh yeah, we got your parcel in Chicago or someplace in America, and I think it's now on its way to Australia, so hopefully that'll land in, I don't know, a couple of weeks' time. All right, people, enjoy your week. I'll probably get that beach video up as well at some stage, and I'll chat to you then. Ciao.